This is everything I'm going to need to set up my fence post. I have stakes to hold the fence into the ground. I have twist ties to hold the fence in to the fence posts. I have the 7-foot tall fence posts, and I have my post driver and my ladder. I have already placed all the fence posts around the raised beds, giving myself 3 feet of walking space around the raised beds. So, first thing is to drive all these fence posts into the ground. They all get pounded about a foot into the ground. Good. Now on to the netting. So we've started to wrap the fencing around the T-post, and on each T-post we use 4 zip ties just to make sure it's secure. And we've made it halfway around, so we're going to do the other half right now. As you can see, you got 4 zip ties for each T-post. There's a little bit of fencing at the top that hangs over, as well as at the bottom of the fence we have some fencing left over that we are going to stake down into the ground to keep any animals from going underneath the fencing. I stretch out the fencing to give me some slack. That should be good. This fencing is very thin and weak, but it's cheap.
And it mostly works.
It looks, I like the way this fencing looks because it's nearly invisible. So much so that you'll see birds and even animals run into it.
So I think I'm going to hang some things from it this year so the birds can see it more easily.
Yeah, the birds don't get hurt.
They bounce off it and then they fly out.
Zip tie time. Starting at the bottom. It helps to have 2 people when you're doing this. I stick it through the hole, and I'm on one side of the fence. Christina's on the other. She feeds it back to me. We're doing this early in the morning because it's going to be a hot day. Do 4 zip ties per post. Even my shirt buttons get stuck on it. We left some extra fencing at the bottom of the fence, and we're going to use stakes to secure it to the ground so animals won't be able to crawl up underneath it. Just tap those in lightly.
Oh, those are heavy duty.
Yeah, we should be able to reuse these next year.
Test it out. See if you can pull it up.
I can't. And after a while, the grass will actually grow up into the fencing and secure it to the ground. But for right now, until the grass does that, we're going to use these stakes to secure it to the ground. And I'm going to put these maybe every foot. And also, while you're staking it, this is a time to make it more tight by pulling it down. Some of these can just be pushed in with your fingers. Other ones you gotta tap in. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and do that all around the perimeter. This is our completed fencing for our raised bed garden. We made it by using 7 feet tall T-posts, zip ties, 100 feet of 7 feet tall plastic fencing, as well as some stakes to keep the fencing secure to the ground so no animals could go under the fencing. And to make the door, we used this system, which is basically just a T-post attached to another T-post, but It can be removed so that you can get inside the garden. Now this block right here of wood just keeps the fence in secure to the ground so nothing can go underneath of it. To get in, right now we just have these pieces of metal that untwist. One at the top, one at the bottom. These pieces of metal are just temporary. We're going to come up with a better system to unhook this post from the other one. You just take this post and set it aside, and now you can access the garden. So, that's it.